Hey everyone, it is Hawaii here, bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we are doing the final edition of Best Teams for 2020. This is the year-end edition for Global. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. And always a shout out to DBZ Space and the Dokkan Wiki for info and images provided. So I will warn you guys, this is going to be a head scratcher. And I just called it as it was. And there was a lot of changes that happened on this list. And it surprised me making this list as well. So a lot of things change, so be prepared for that. So this was the previous list on the November 2020 best teams. So you can see here you had Super Vegito, and then you had the Boo team at number 10. So that's everything in between. Now I'll tell you what, two teams dropped out of the top 10 in this list, and there was some huge upgrades that moved up into the top 5, and once again surprising me nonetheless. Alright, so disclaimer, the term best teams is my opinion and is purely subjective. There is no official tier list or best teams ranking from Katsuki Bandai. Any references or research sources will be linked in the description below. And how I rank my teams, a bunch of different ways, and leader skill, damage output, survivability, passive essays and specials, links and categories. Bench and flexibility, huge importance. Game mode effectiveness is really the biggest change in the whole list here, and then overall gameplay. And basically that's how I build my teams on the right hand side. So what's the biggest change when it comes to game mode effectiveness? Well, that is the new Super Battle Road categories that increased a lot of teams, and some other teams became less relevant based off of the Super Battle Road stages. And when you think about Super Battle Road, it is the end game for Dokkan, right? Extreme Super Battle Road is probably the hardest out of everything, but then traditional Super Battle Road is part of the end game as well. So that's why when I'm ranking these teams here, this last update was a huge change. So with that, let's go ahead and go into honorable mentions and talk about the two teams that actually dropped out of the top 10, starting with one of my favorite teams, and that's Strength Cooler. And I would say everybody would be one of their favorites as well, and saying this is like a top 5 team. And I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't say that you're wrong, but how I rank my teams, you know, in a sense, having more Super Battle Roads just shows that you can do more within the game. Unfortunately, they only can do 6 Super Battle Roads. You might go, wait a minute, 6 Super Battle Roads? That's a lot. You know, that was like top tier in the last top 10, but things have changed. So when you look at this team here, just an amazing team, right? So this is more transformation boost with the Strength Cooler. Then you can have even a Broly Turles combo, which is great. You can do just Terrifying Conquerors, and it can really destroy Wicked Bloodline, right? No item run there, no problem. Even Final Trump card. So this team is amazing, no doubt about it, but having only 6 Super Battle Roads, it just barely misses the top 10. So it was hard for me to let it go, but once again I have to rank it how I see it. Another team that's incredibly strong, if they were just a standalone team, I would say definitely in the top 5, but that would be then the Majin Power Artificial Life Forms, along with the Majin Power with LR Boo as well. So these two teams here, once again, fantastic standalone teams, only can do 6 Super Battle Roads. This team right here, Power Absorption Majin Power with LR Boo tanks, that can actually only do 5, right? So let me actually fix this here. That can only do 5 Super Battle Roads at this point in time. However, this is one of those teams that can do a no item run Extreme Super Battle Road, so I do hold it a little bit higher. But even if I gave like 2 extra points or things of that nature, it still doesn't count to the fact that this team can only do 5 Super Battle Roads. But this being the top portion, I do rank this as 6 Super Battle Roads in total for this team, and it really just slightly missed it. And also the bench strength for this team is very tight, right? Mostly boos, and that's really what you need to run. So these are going to be the two teams that fell out of the top 10. Strangely enough for me, it was very tough to do this, and everything else unfortunately is going to be super tight teams. Actually, there's one team that you can run an extreme leader, But the rest of these, you know, I would say these would be one of the best extreme teams that you can absolutely run. So that's the honorable mention, strength cooler team, and then the Boo team there. Very, very powerful, but sorry to see them drop out of the top 10. But things, of course, can change next year in 2021. But now let's look at the top 10 best teams on global, my opinion here. Starting with number 10 and returning to the top 10, it's been a while, is Movie Heroes. So Movie Heroes now you can see the difference, right? Now you can see it can do 8 Super Battle Roads, Movie Heroes, Transformation Boost, Realm of Gods, Fusion, Super Saiyans, and Final Trump Card. That's one of the reasons why that this team actually moved up higher. Now, unfortunately, Extreme Super Battle Road, they really have a tough difficulty or really can't do it at all. So that's why it dropped to the bottom 10, or this team would be actually a lot higher because they can do 8 Super Battle Roads. So the units on here is fantastic. You got the brand new Tech Gohan, things of that nature, and you can, you know, run a full Gogeta team. Kinda, you can run a Veku right here, but almost run a full Gogeta team, and it's a really, really fun team to use. So the minuses on this is, you know, lack of bench and Extreme Super Battle Road, but since it could do 8 Super Battle Roads, I had to move it up on the list here and gave it the 10th spot. You can easily move this down below, you know, for the Boo or the Cooler team for sure, but I wanted to give Movie Heroes some shine. It's been a while since it's been in the top 10, so definitely a subjective move, but you know, I think it's properly suited as a number 10 team here. So coming in at number 9 is going to be Bana Master and Disciple / Hybrid Saiyans. Really, Hybrid Saiyans is really what I'm focusing on. And yes, this can only do 7 Super Battle Roads, but it can do it very easily, and it has a lot of options. So 7 Super Battle Roads, Extreme Super Battle Road, no problem with Super Int. You can run this Beerus, Bana Master, and Disciple team, which is amazing. You got the Whis, got the Vados combination. You can run then Gohan as support on this team. It's really, really fun and incredible here. And this is, of course, merged with the one of the best TURs in the game, and that is the Transforming Gohan. Now, the biggest issue with this team here, it only can run 5 Super Battle Roads, just like the Boo Tanks. So that's why this overall team didn't move higher, right? Hybrid Saiyan / Master and Disciple / Savior. Saviors really isn't a huge grouping there. These teams are really, really solid, and it can do Extreme Super Battle Roads very, very easily. So that's why it did get a little bit of extra points, even though it can only do max at 7 Super Battle Roads. But overall, it's still a very, very good team. Better bench strength than Movie Heroes for sure. So coming in number 9 is Hybrid Saiyan / Bana Master Disciple / Saviors, but we'll just call it Hybrid Saiyans. How about that? So that 9th spot, which I don't think it changed from last month's, right? So I think it stayed with the Hybrid Saiyans here. Now, coming back to the top 10, but leapfrogging 2 other teams is Future Saga. Future Saga is a great team because it can do 8 Super Battle Roads now. It can run Super Tech no problem for Extreme Super Battle Road, and just that secondary leader skill makes it a lot more viable with a multitude of different teams here. As you can see, the Vegito Blue combination there, it's a great team to run. Or if you want to run a Trunks Mai combination, you can do that as well. So I would say not quite top tier, but getting there, right? There's some really, really great teams to run, and bench strength still better than Movie Heroes, but I would say Hybrid Saiyans and the number 9 team has a little bit better bench strength than this team here. But it can do 8 Super Battle Roads, Extreme Super Battle Road, and then World Tournament versus Hybrid Saiyans. Unfortunately, doesn't have the ability. So anyway, come in number 7. So here's where everything, you guys should be shocked, okay? Because I was shocked, going, wait a minute, this can't be right. Because number 8, 9, 10, and even the honorable mentions, those are like, okay, interchangeable. You can move them in and out, things of that nature. 1 through 7, you guys can definitely change it any way and how you want it, because I was shocked that I was like, man, I have to put this team at number 7. but it makes sense how I'm ranking right now for this month and year end 2020. It makes sense, and that's number 7, Final Trump Card and Potara. One of my favorite teams to run because it's so much fun. As you can see here, I'm almost running a full Super Vegito team, which actually I will show you the full Super Vegito team. But yes, 8 Super Battle Roads, so this got upgraded. Extreme Super Battle Road, things of that nature. The only issue, the reason why it's at number 7 is because it's a 150 liter. That's it. If it was 170 liter, it could vie for the top the top spot, no problem. But being a 150, you do lose a little bit. And of course, having these transforming blue fusions, it takes a while for them to actually transform. So those first couple of turns, you know, it might not be as strong as maybe some other teams that you'll see later down the road. So you'll understand why I put them at number 7, because you'll then see the other teams and going, okay, I get it. So this is a great team to run here. Of course, you can separate the leader skill with the OG Int Super Vegito as well, and run a little bit better team here because you can run then that 170. But the reason why I didn't put the 170 as the Potara secondary leader is because they won't be able to do as many Super Battle Roads. But yes, it can be a 170 if you're going Potara, but we're really focusing at, you know, Final Trump Card here. So and then this team here, of course, really cool team, all a Super Vegito team, or Vegito team in general. Even Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is on here as well. So yeah, I'm looking at this going, man, how did I put him at 7? But once again, you'll understand as I continue moving on. Being this 150 leader skill team for Final Trump Card just has that little slight disadvantage over everyone else, because coming in at number 6, leaving the top 5, I think for the first or second time, very few times that this team has dropped out of the top 5, and that is Pure Saiyans. Yes, Pure Saiyans drops to number 6, even though it increased to 8 Super Battle Roads. Yes, it can do World Tournament. Yes, it can do Extreme Super Battle Road. But there are some issues with the Super Battle Roads that they added onto. Is it as easy as some of these other teams that you're running for these Super Battle Roads? Not really. I played all of them, and you know, you have some issues on a few of these categories here. But still, the bench strength is amazing because you can pretty much run any Goku and Vegeta, as you can see right here. It got the upgrade with the LR Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Evolution Vegeta. But also, the biggest weakness is really the Transformation Vegeta. He's not really aged very well, right? So he's still good enough to be that floating leader, and you're going to be relying on the ridiculously strong units that in combinations you can run, like this combination here or this combination here, right? But you know, you are reliant on that. So there is a, you know, unlike if you look at, you know, Potara here and Final Trump Card, the leaders are your strengths, right? So with Tech Vegito, but over here it's kind of the weakness. So that's kind of where we're at with Pure Saiyans. If it ever got 170%, it's going to be ranked number 1. We all know that, so that's why they're just kind of holding this back. Or maybe a better 150% leader as well versus the Transformation Vegeta. So anyway, the additional team that you can also kind of mess around with is with the Beyond Blue, LR Beyond Blues. You can run either these two units here as combinations. They will run fine, but then you start looking at, you know, other combinations, and then finally the blue Vegeta, right, Evolution Vegeta. You can run a Super AGL, and actually can run 9 Super Battle Roads. So having a secondary leader skill that can still do amazing things and actually can run 9 Super Battle Roads, that's why it leapfrog Final Trump Card, right? Because I could have had Final Trump Card above Pure Saiyans, still as 150 and being able to get even split the difference with 170% lead, but having this 130 lead, being able to do 9 Super Battle Roads gives us just a slight more advantage at end game than it would be for just focusing on Dokkan, you know, Dokkan events and stuff like that. So yeah, coming in at number 6, I'm just kind of scratching my head as well. Pure Saiyans out of the top 5. Interesting, right? Interesting. Once again, you guys are going to be shocked at number 1. I was shocked at number 1. But once again, it makes sense. So coming in at number 5, entering its second time that's ever been in the top 5, I think. I'm trying to remember, but it's been a while, right? It's been a while, or maybe never has been, and that is Representatives of Universe 7 and Universal Survival Saga, right? So the main team here can run 9 Super Battle Roads, so that's why it jumped up to a top 5. I could have actually made an argument that this could be the number 2 team or even number 1 team being able to do 9 Super Battle Roads. The biggest issue here is its limitation on bench. We do have a lot of great teams, right? A lot of great combinations you can run, as you can see these combinations here with Goku and UI Goku and Beyond Blues, right? And of course the MVP 17 with Goku and Frieza. That's always a great combination, but that's kind of where there's some limitations. After that, if you don't have these units, you're almost out of luck, right? It's not going to synergize very well. You can even run more of a Kel and Caulifla team too, right? If you have the transforming Kefla and then LR Kel and Caulifla, right? So you can do something like this as well. But I would say that's really the issue here. And can it do a super strength no item run Extreme Super Battle Road? I would say close. I haven't been able to do it, but I think there's a possibility. But it's tough. It's tough because they get hit really hard, and some of these units here, especially the strength ones. So that's the reason why, even though it can do 9 Super Battle Roads, the bench strength and the limitation on this team here really made it drop to number 5. So now, however, there is a secondary team here, the Representative Universe 7 with LR Friku. That's pretty amazing. It got increased. It got boosted up to 5 Super Battle Roads from 4, and this team is still a crushing, probably the hardest hitting team in the game. Still is Representative Universe 7 with LR Friku. So super strong team here. And yeah, like I said, I could have easily made an argument for number 1 or 2, but I put it at number 5 because of that bench issue. So coming in at number 4, again, surprise. The first number 1 is a surprise. Everyone's gonna go, "Oh, I can't believe it," kind of scenario. All right, I'm just gonna tell you that. So coming at number 4 is Realm of Gods. So I was actually gonna put Realm of Gods out of the top 5, but I put it back in here because of the versatility and various leader skills, and really it's Strength UI Goku that saved this category and quote-unquote teams to be in the number 4 spot, because here, as you can see here, is transforming Zamasu. It's going to be a team that you're going to be building that's again, this is kind of more like the transformation Vegeta, where it's going to be the leaders are going to be floaters, and you're just going to be focusing on the main rotations, which they're fantastic, right? The main rotations are amazing. And then if you wanted to run more of an extreme team, you can. So this is the top tier extreme team that you can run on here. So actually I should have changed this to 8 Super Battle Roads. Sorry about that. So there's a few I guess I missed, but anyway, you can run something interesting like this here. And but really the team that you want to run would be the Bears team. Unfortunately, it can only do 4 Super Battle Roads. It did not get an increase in Super Battle Road categories. That's why it dropped down, and I could have, like I said, even dropped it out of the top 5. However, and once again, these teams are fun to use, right? Especially this one here. If you haven't ran this Realm of Gods team with the Whis and Vada's combination, you're missing out. Very fun. The reason why I got saved is this team here, or the leader here. I normally don't do 130 leads. I kind of showed you a little bit with Evolution Vegeta, but UI Goku, Strength UI Goku, that team can do an Extreme Super Battle Road no item run, because I've done it, and it's actually fairly easy to do as long as you got that RNG, that good RNG with UI Goku not getting hit. But it is doable, and that really saved Realm of Gods to be in the top 5, and even at number 4. I was actually trying to think, okay, should I do Universal Survival Saga or Realm of Gods? But once again, the limitation of Universal Survival Saga and Representative Universe 7 is the bench strength, where Realm of Gods, the bench strength is amazing. There's so many types of teams that you can actually run on Realm of Gods, and it's gonna get stronger. So because we haven't got Jiren yet. So yeah, Realm of Gods coming in number 4. Can do 8 Super Battle Roads at the high peak with the Zamasu here, right? But when you look at Beerus, it is kind of a low point at only 4. So kind of give and take on there. If it had a better leader when in terms of Super Battle Road, then I would say it could definitely move up into the 1, 2, or 3 spots. So coming in at number 3. Coming number 3 is Kamehameha. Kamehameha, number 3, even though it did add another LR Dokkan Festival exclusive team, and this is of course the team that everyone says, oh my goodness, this doesn't make any sense, but it's making more sense now because I took, you know, Cell out of there. But the whole point of this team is, yes, Kamehameha AGL Gohan can run a full LR Dokkan Festival exclusive teams, and now you have 5 bench strength with this on this one team here, and this actually team can really do some damage. But you're normally not going to run something like this. This is just for whaling purposes, right? And you can show off your Dokkan Festival exclusive LR team. However, you can run something like this, and the biggest weakness, the reason why Kamehameha is not in the top spot, right, number 1, because I would say a lot of you guys would, you know, put Kamehameha as the number 1 spot, is there's 2 reasons. One is the issue when it comes to the options for support, and the best support unit is SSR Great Saiyaman, or Great Saiyaman 2 is the best support this team has, and that's unfortunate. They need way more you know, support units to make Kamehameha a lot better. We are going to get a couple, I think, more, but right now, you know, hopefully when Dokkan Awakens, it's going to be even better. But right now, this is kind of where we're stuck with. Now, another team you can run is maybe this variation here, you know, with UI Goku and and Beyond Blues. Here's the issue. Here's the biggest issue, minus the support units. It has a very hard time doing Extreme Super Battle Road. It's not the team's fault. It's just how hard the Super AGL stage when you're fighting against Extreme Strength is. It's very difficult. You can't no item run. You actually have, you know, if you don't have the right units or even the right RNG, it's hard. It's hard to do. So unfortunately, I have to knock it against them, being that, you know, every other team can do everything else fairly easily, right? You can do a Dragon Ball, you know, history run and Legendary Goku event, Ultimate Clash. All those are fairly easy to do in the top 5. But Extreme Super Battle Road, this would be the team that has a lot of difficulty to actually complete it. And if you actually even went more extreme here, you can do a full extreme team. Besides, of course, the Goku or Gohans, you do have at least some bench strength and some variations where that Extreme Super Battle Road doesn't really cause it to drop out of the top 3. It's so strong, right? It's such a strong team, like this team right here, that I have to keep them in the top 3, even though the end game of all end games, Extreme Super Battle Road, this team does have difficulty, you know, creating an AGL, Super AGL team. So anyway, coming in number 3 is Kamehameha. Alright, number 2 is going to surprise you, and then you're going to go, who's number 1? Because that does not make sense. And once again, I was surprised as well building this list. Coming in at number 2 is Majin Buu Saga. And Majin Buu Saga, it can only do 7 Super Battle Roads. However, it can do all 7 really easily. Majin Buu Saga, it can crush. Pure Saiyans, it can crush. Patara, it can crush. A Final Trump Card, destroy that. Super Saiyans, no problem on there. Extreme Super Battle Road, no problem as well. So that's why it's moved up here. And there's really only one more team that can have the resume of this team here and just do it slightly better. So, so here, you can easily say it's the best standalone team is the Majin Buu Saga Super Vegito LR Super Vegito team, because LR Super Vegito is ridiculous, and a supporting cast is still really good. It's a huge category, right? Majin Buu Saga is huge, so you can run a team something like this. You can run more of a defensive team if you like, right? So a lot of variations. You can even run a transforming Gotenks and Super Saiyan 3 Goku on here as well. So nice change of paces, right? You can change it up as long as you got the Super Vegitos and the OG Super Vegito, right? And you got amazing support, right? You got the High School Gohan, which is still probably the best support unit in the game, World Tournament Gohan, because of the different things it does, especially in Super Battle Road, and yeah, it's just very, very good overall team. You can even run a Buu Saga type team here that works out there as well, or you can run a Potara Vegito team better than the 150% Tech Vegito, right? So kind of going back over here into this team right here, right? So this team here where you're using 2 Tech Vegitos, this team right there, oh actually you're using a Tech Vegito and then you're using a Int Vegito. When you go back here to Majin Buu Saga, where is it? Right here, this one actually runs better because you're running at 170% for both of them, and you have 2 Super Vegitos, which is in a sense still better than that Blue Fusion. So, and once again, in my opinion, and once again, Extreme Super Battle Row, no item run, Extreme Super Battle Row for strength. That's why it did leapfrog Kamehameha, because it can do this, and even though it can only do 7 Super Battle Roads, right? So the volume is not there, but the quality is there when it comes to defeating the end game stages, and then it thrashes everything else, right? So yeah, that's the number 2. Easily could be called number 1. So what's number 1? Maybe there's some bias here, and I think a lot of you guys are gonna call me out on the bias, but it makes sense how I am ranking this list here, because of the new Super Battle Roads and how everybody's doing a lot of different Super Battle Roads now. Number 1 is Siblings Bond. You're like, what? How? This doesn't make any sense. Okay, let me explain to you why this is the number 1 team in the game. It can now do 8 Super Battle Roads, so that's an increase of 3 from 5. So that's a huge increase on there. It still has one of the best leader skills in the game. That diversity is incredible with Sibling Bonds and Goku's family. Goku's family is huge, right? And there's really one thing that happened that made me move this from number 5 and 6, because this was right around 5 and 6, and I was like, wait a minute, if it can do this, then really it should be number 1, because it can literally do everything the Majin Buu Saga that I was just talking about, right? Everything that this team can do, but it can slightly do one more Super Battle Road, and this right here, it can do a no item run Extreme Super Battle Road. Because it can do this, a no item run Super Battle Road, then I can't fault it, because this does the same thing, and now this team can actually do 8, right? And it has the same diversification, it has the same on there. So this team here, yes, it's not the hardest hitting team, it's not the tankiest team, it's not like the best of really anything, except for it's just very good overall. Like everything it does, it doesn't do bad, but it doesn't do the best, but it's right there on the top tier. It can crush Hybrid Saiyans easily, full power Super Battle Road, no problem. Majin Buu Saga, Goku's family, movie heroes, Super Saiyans, all those, and then it can do a no item run Super Battle Road. Pretty impressive. Now, if you want to focus more on running Go Bros, you can run a Go Bros teams like these right here. You can run a talk about support. There's no lack of support on here. High School Gohan is available on this team here, right? So the best support unit for various different reasons, that's on here. You can run just a multitude of different combinations and things of that nature. It can run the Whis Realm of Gods team, right? You can run Whis, Vados, and Beerus combination, right? This team is incredible to run. And of course, if you want like top tier damage, then you can run a Goku's family, right? So remember, I merged Goku's family with siblings bonds and Goku's family. So for you top tier type individuals up there, this is probably around the top 5, right, in hardest hitting. So you're still up there when it comes to like you know, if you guys just want numbers and things of that nature. So so Super Saiyan 4 Goku, even though it can only do 4 Super Battle Roads, you know, that is an issue. That's why, you know, it's not the main, but and by the way, the reason why I'm clicking, I'm trying to get that friend thing to pop up here. But yeah, this is the reason why, right here is the reason why I put him at number 1. If it can do everything, it checks off everything, right? Fighting Legend Goku, I can do a no item run Legendary Goku event, no problem. Ultimate Clash, no problem. Of course, I can build a tech team just like this and destroy it, no problem. And I might even just take that out of the talk, because everybody can do that now these days. Infinite Dragon Ball Saga, you can run so many different teams in Infinite Dragon Ball history that, once again, is very beneficial. It can do all sorts of things, and now it can do a no item run Super Battle Road. I had to put it at number 1, guys. I know you guys are gonna call me out for bias, because you know, it's one of my favorite, you know, units in the game, and I've said, you know, Go Bros is top tier and has been top tier for a long time. Yes, standalone by itself is not one of the best LRs in the game, but grouping everything else together, it works. It really works. By the way, I did put an interesting unit on here if you do want to challenge yourself. If you run this Trunks here with the Go Bros, it can have a 70% damage reduction, and it can help you on Extreme Super Battle Road. The issue is it doesn't get any of the leader skills, and you can only get the 70%, which is an additional 30% when this Trunks super attacks. So it's actually really fun to do. I was able to do a no item run with that combination, but I had to have good RNG and good orb management, which usually I don't do. So that's just something fun for you guys to run, to try out. But anyway, I digress. Yes, you're looking at this correctly. The number 1 team ending 2020. What a year, right? Weird year to end with this list here. Is Go Bros once again in the top spot. It's been a while. But hopefully you guys understand the list here, and it's probably going to change, right? It's probably going to change. So here's a summary of the top 10 teams on the global version of the game, and I think when Jiren comes out, it's going to change a lot of things. And you know, I'll look into, you know, quantifying, I guess, my choices, so help you guys understand a little bit more about how I do my best teams. And I kind of went on and on with Siblings Bond just to really prove a point, because I know you guys are going to be arguing a lot, and this list here might not be to your liking. So comment below, let me know what you guys think is the top 10 teams of your choices in 2020. And then, hey, 2021, we're going to change up the format, change up the look, all that good stuff, and everything that you're going to look at is going to be different. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my series here for the year. It ended really strangely, as you can see here. And with that, if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Have a happy new year. Be safe, and we will see you in 2021. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.